Alright, what's up guys? So just thought to make a video about this. I heard some news last week. So as we can see here on the screen, as we can see on the screen here, we've got Microsoft reportedly working on Halo Combat Evolved Remaster, considering PlayStation 5 release. But yeah, I heard about this last week and I was reading some articles and watching some videos, and it just made me want to make a video about it and just share some of my thoughts. But yeah, here it says Microsoft is reportedly working on a remaster of Halo Combat Evolved, and there are suggestions that it may also come to PS5 in addition to Xbox. So Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. So yeah, it already has been remastered. So yeah, most of us already know this. In 2011 too, I can't believe that. It's just funny really though, like it's already been remastered. Technically, it's an anniversary, but it's technically a remaster. So why would they be remaking Halo Combat Evolved even though it already has an anniversary? Easily put, guys, it's not a secret. Halo has not been doing well for a long time. I'd say Infinite has been okay. It's no secret at all, guys. Everyone knows at the moment that Halo is really in big trouble, and people don't know what to do with it. Microsoft obviously seems to be freaking out. It's been really sad to watch. But this news here, that they're remaking the Combat Evolved, so Halo 1, it's probably the only and probably the best solution they have for this problem right now. No one really wants to play a 343 game. Everyone loves the Bungie games more. And what better thing to do than go back to the roots, you know what I mean? Halo Combat Evolved has got such a, I don't know, original fans. People fell in love with Halo because of the first one too, you know? Halo 2 was great. Halo 3 was really, really good. But a lot of the fan base came from the original Halo Combat Evolved, and for good reason too. Anyway, what do I think is a good idea or a bad idea? Look, I think it's a good idea. Like I said, I don't think they had many other options. Like, who's gonna buy a Halo Infinite, a game that's just kind of been thrown together to try and make something out of it? I've never played the campaign for Halo Infinite. I heard it was alright, but it just seems to have lost its substance. And the fact that the Flood hasn't been in any of the games since Bungie left, all this Forerunner stuff, it just hasn't really been hitting, you know? So I do think it's a good idea they're going back to the original, but is it a bad idea too? Well, look, if they don't smash this and do really well with this one, it could be really bad for the whole Halo franchise, and I don't know if we'll ever recover from this, because this is Halo Combat Evolved. This is the original. This is what started it all, and it's quite a big, you know, it's quite a serious thing. They've got, they're holding this, and if they drop it, this could be it, you know? I don't want to believe that it's the end of Halo, but you never know, guys. This Halo has not been doing well for a long time, and this seems like this could be the last sort of shot they have. But that's just how I'm feeling at the moment. So yeah, good idea or bad idea, bit of both. Ultimately, I think it's the best idea to try revive the franchise. So what do I think they need to do to make this really work? You know, I've listened to other people talk about this. This is just my opinion. These are some of my points I have. Alright guys, so first of all, when it comes to what I think they should do for the game. Honestly guys, I'm going to talk about the story first, but honestly, there's not much I think they need to change about the story. I think the story has always been very strong for the first Halo 1, Halo Combat Evolved. I always loved it. I always thought it was good. I think it really worked. It had a lot of, so many dynamic levels, different environments. Yeah, I don't think they need to really change much. It just could change. It was quite a short game, and it was obviously you play it forwards and then you go kind of backwards. If you guys get what I mean. But there's nothing really wrong with that. But I think for its time, you know, it had limitations. For its time, they did really well, but today, maybe, would it be good enough? I'm not too sure. And after talking about this, I really want to just go back and play Halo Anniversary just to kind of go over what I'm thinking. But yeah, story-wise, I always really loved the story. I don't think they need to change it too much. Like what they did with Halo Infinite with the I think it was like a free roam open world. I don't see how that could really work for a Halo Combat Evolved. It just makes me wonder, would it be good enough for the Xbox Series X, or after this article, yeah, maybe PlayStation 5, who knows. But yeah, I personally wouldn't want to change anything in the story. But that brings me on to my next point I want to make is, does the gameplay and combat need to be slightly different? So it had limitations, the first Halo Combat Evolved, right? It came out on the Xbox original, this is 2001, I think. And obviously there's this whole, the whole conflict about sprint. Should there be sprint mechanics in the game? Look, I love playing Halo Reach. I honestly think sprint mechanics was pretty good in that game. I think any game you play today has sprint mechanics, and when it doesn't, it's just weird. It doesn't feel right. I have tried to play Fallout New Vegas. I think that was this year or maybe last year. I tried to play it, and the fact that there wasn't sprint mechanics in it. Look, I never grew up playing it, okay? Yeah, hate me if you want. I just wanted to try it out. I played Fallout 4. I really enjoyed that. I wanted to try out New Vegas, and the fact that there wasn't sprint mechanics in it, I just couldn't do it. And I don't know if I wasn't immersed enough or whatever. I probably should have given it more time, but yeah, sprint mechanics is a big thing for me now. And when you think about putting sprint mechanics into a Halo game, especially Combat Evolved, where it's all built around you not sprinting, it kind of means you have to change the game and the whole map layout a lot, you know? And I don't know if that's would be a good thing, but I don't think. It just makes you wonder if not having sprint would actually benefit the game in today's world and in the 2024 space, you know? You don't get many games that just don't have sprint in it, you know? Especially for a combat game, like a military, you know, it's a futuristic combat game. So yeah, that's a tough one. I really liked sprint mechanics in Halo Reach. But yeah, I'm on that side of the fence. I've always have been when it comes to Halo. But when it comes to Combat Evolved, it could be quite different, and it may change the game quite a lot. So yeah, that's definitely a hard one. I think they could go all out with the weapons though, add more weapons, just make it really cool, man. You know, it's quite basic in the original Halo. Maybe having the energy sword at least, and then obviously we couldn't drive the Wraith. That's something I just remembered watching someone's video. I can't quite remember whose video it was, but they talk about how you could see the Wraith, but you could never use it until Halo 2. I don't know how they'd go about doing the level design as well. Like, would they make it a lot bigger, or would they just keep it the same? Because it's not going to be a slower game if they make it more realistic. Basically what I'm trying to say is, like, apart from the sprint, like, when you move in Halo Combat Evolved, the original, everything's quite floaty. I remember when you used to walk up the ladders, you were holding the gun. Like, no one wants to do that. Come on, bro. Like, it was pretty funny back then, but in a game today, let's not do that. But even when it comes to jumping, comes to moving, I'd love to see more weapon sway. I'd love to see, like, crouching behind barriers, so that when you poke your head up, you can aim. Not ADS, just you know, poking your head up. Maybe when you when you crouch behind barriers, you hold your gun up. Just that sort of thing. Kind of like just a lot more movement in your character. And Master Chief when he's actually walking, shooting, jumping. I'd like to see that, you know what I mean? But yeah, gameplay and combat, that's probably what I'd say just for that at the moment. And onto my next point, guys, M rating. Everyone's pretty much saying it has to be an M rating. Definitely, you know, absolutely. It needs blood in it. This is where I'm gonna kind of add a bit more. I would love to see it go R16. I would love to see Halo Combat Evolved, man, as much gore as it needs to. I would love to see, let's talk about the Flood, okay? I think the Flood is probably Halo Combat Evolved's, and Halo in general, the whole trilogy. The Flood is the best part about Halo. It's why the game is called Halo, because of the Flood. They need to really focus on the Flood. I want as much horror as possible. I want as much gore. I want to see stuff I've never seen before. And I don't know how people will take that. The Flood has always been quite creepy. But I'm just saying, like, what if it was like some Dead Space 2, like Necromorph, Because, you know, Dead Space 2 really killed it. They did so well with the gore. That was what made it so scary, you know, the necromorphs. But we're talking about the Flood. I think Halo really, they really need to like prove like why the Flood is what they are, why they so feared, why is Halo called Halo. This is why there are Halo rings, because you see these fucked up things that are scaring the shit out of you. This is what they need to do. I would love to see some R16 like Flood, bro, and they really just like go all in on the horror. Yeah, get some inspiration from Dead Space, get some inspiration from Resident Evil. They really need to focus on the Flood. I feel like I want to walk into that library level. I want that to be the scariest gaming level ever made. You wouldn't expect that from a Halo game. Imagine how much respect you'd get from all the players, all the gamers, people who love horror games, to go fight the Flood. You walk into the library, you remember how fucking hard library was, the level, and they've just gone all out with the horror. They're trying to scare you, they've got jump scares, they've got creepiness. It's pitch black, you can't see anything, all you can see is the gunshots when they're walking around shooting guns at you. That's what I really want to see. That's why I reckon it should be R16, but it probably won't happen. Alright, look at what they've done with Resident Evil. I was just bringing that up. If they take inspiration from Resident Evil, cool. But not just from the horror aspect, like, the Resident Evil classic games, or 2, 3, and 4, are completely revived now. They're classics, and they remade them, and now they're as popular as ever now. They're almost like their own games, and it's done so much for the Resident Evil franchise. That is what Halo needs to do. Like, even though Resident Evil is still making good games, they went back and their classics are even more popular. Almost. Maybe they are. I don't know. I loved Resident Evil 2 though. I really loved that game. But yeah, if Resident Evil can do it, Halo can do it. Surely they can. They just need the right people behind them. The right people making the decisions. They need all the help they can get, really. Who knows, maybe they'd make another Halo series. Who knows? I don't know. We can only hope. Yeah, so Hidden Xperia, he had a really good video about talking about this, and I recommend anyone watch it if anyone's interested hearing about what he says about Halo Remake. He's the go-to guy for Halo content anyway, so yeah, definitely check it out. But he brought up some good points about the extended universe and all the books and all that stuff for Halo, and he brought up some good points. So there is actually heaps of extended universe stuff happening at the time of Halo Combat Evolved. And it almost, if they did it right, they could almost cross it over and implement all that stuff into Halo Combat Evolved. I can't say that I've ever delved into much of the extended universe or the books. I know there's some cool stories though. I think there's like a Grunt Uprising or like a civil war between the Covenant with the Grunts or something. And there was like it was like a Commander Grunt, something like that. But yeah, just shit like that, you know. It was cool to hear from him. Maybe you're talking about how maybe they could implement those into the game. I'm just not sure how they would do it. Maybe they do side quests, I was thinking, but like, what are you getting out of doing a side quest, you know? There's something they'd really have to think about. I don't think it's a bad idea though. I thought it was a cool idea. If you guys have any other ideas or any criticisms or anything, just let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to check them out and reply to a few of you guys. Alright, future for Halo. So, lastly, I have a theory. So, all depending on how well this remake does, if it is coming out, I think, like I was talking about Resident Evil, I think if Combat Evolved does really well, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a green light for a full trilogy remake, which would be so cool. Like, even though we've had a Halo 2 anniversary, I think Halo 3 could use a remaster or a remake. But I think it's all going to come down to how well this Combat Evolved does. If it blows it out of the park, if it does really well, I'd be almost certain to bet money on it that they're going to do a Halo 2 remake and then a Halo 3 remake. But my theory is that I think once they do Halo 3 remake, we're talking in the future a lot. I just thought it'd be fun to talk about. I reckon they'd go for like a multiverse sort of ending for Halo 3 and kind of put Chief into like multiverse, you know, where it completely changes the future for whatever happens after Halo 3. So that gives Microsoft or whoever's in charge of Halo like freedom to do whatever they want to do after Halo 3. That's just a theory I had. With the way 343's all their titles have been. I don't think anyone really cares to see a Halo 4 remake or a Halo 5 remake or anything like that. After Halo 3, they just chuck him in a multiverse and they change it and he does something else. Maybe they do Morph the Flood, maybe it gets even crazier. It's just an idea I had though, guys. Let me know what you guys think too. If they are really making this remake, let's just hope they've assembled the best team they possibly can. There's been rumors that there's ex-Bungie members, employees working on this, but you know, we can only hope that that's happening. Man, it's been super toxic in the gaming industry lately, especially what's going on with Bungie. I might even talk about that in another video, but we can only hope, guys, that they really assemble the best team they can for this game. I hope they do. We can only hope though, guys, yeah. But that's all I got to say though. I'll hopefully get some more videos out like this again. It was fun talking, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.